I'm Anne Marie Medina, and along with Sabrina Plattner, we are the co-chairs of Activate Tucson here in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Activate Tucson has been a community coalition since 2004, where we advocate for policy, systems, and environmental change strategies to help create a healthier community. For the Catalyzing Communities project, we focused on two areas: stress reduction in our youth and the process of using the Arizona State School Tax Policy to increase school funding to help support wellness programming, specifically in lower income schools. We began our environmental change efforts working with Rivera Elementary, which is in one of our lowest income school districts. Rivera had an existing Zen that was used by the school counselor, but it was very underutilized by the teachers and undersupported. We used our seed funding from Tufts to completely renovate the Zen and to provide the school with all the resources that they would need to provide an environment where children could work on stress reduction and healthy behaviors. We also provided resources to create calming corners in each of the classrooms so that during class time, students that were struggling would have a quick place to go to calm themselves and recenter so that they were better able to participate and learn. Then we asked, how can we help other schools have the same resources? This would require additional funding, which most of our low-income schools did not have. So we examined the school tax credit program, which allows taxpayers who have a tax liability to donate funds to schools for an equal tax credit. We found that the system was not well known, it was underutilized, and extremely inequitable in which schools were benefiting from it. So we rolled out an ad campaign in partnership with a local tax preparer to build advocacy around the importance of tax clients donating those school tax dollars to underserved schools. Here you can see the advertisement and the initial results at Rivera from that campaign. We proved that the simple act of educating people on this tax credit could significantly increase tax dollars going to schools most in need. There was an in-depth study conducted by our PhD candidate intern whose goal it was to determine the feasibility of expanding our efforts, knowledge about the tax credit, profiles of taxpayers who use the credit, and what needed resources were for tax preparers. After extensive surveying and interviewing, it became clear that there were several policy and system issues that needed to be addressed. In looking at the data, it was no surprise to us that tax credit dollars are concentrated in predominantly urban, higher income areas across our state, a result of the inequity of the current system. One issue is that taxpayers can donate more than twice as much to private schools versus public schools. If the amounts were equal, Rivera would have received over $16,000 in tax credit dollars rather than the $5,400 they reported. This over $11,000 difference would have facilitated additional opportunities to improve child health and wellness within a low-resource school and community. We are now working with our state legislature to start the process of using this evaluation of the current structure to determine the best way to change it to be more equitable and better support those schools and children most in need. We will continue to work with our legislators to modify the system to be more equitable and increase our efforts in educating our residents on the importance of using the school tax credit to help underserved schools in our community. We hope our efforts will ensure all our children are able to learn in an environment that provides them with every tool they need to be successful, and that our schools have the funding they need to support it. Thank you.